in there, like I said, eventually a hero called Dreamer joins, and well, we talked about this already. I mean, it's not a surprise because you were saying that Marvel was thinking about bringing the first trans hero, and I told you CW already beat them to it. And that's another one there. When she first appeared on the show, I thought, oh dang, she's cute.
Yep. See, we're farther ahead than a lot of people. Cause fuck them.
Well, like I said, hey, and that's why you motherfuckers like to listen to this shit. Cause
that's right. Because we tell you the fucking truth. We ain't bullshitting you.
And here's the thing. I guess not many. I don't know. I'm not bragging or anything, but I guess when. I mean, like I said, I'm secure of my manhood. I can look at that and say, oh, she's pretty, and not be like, oh, Pato's gay.
Hey, pretty's pretty. I don't give a fuck.
Pretty much. So, all right. Well, okay. I figured we'd get that out of the way right now since you started off with Leia banging Wookiees, Batman banging Robins.
Might as well. We can put that out there.
Put it out there, so, Okay. All right. So, let's go for the ride.
Okay, let's go for this roller coaster of a ride. So, one of my favorite movies as far as just a fun fucking ride of a movie was Machete. I don't know if you guys remember that one with Danny Trejo, Machete. One of my favorite fun movies. Yeah. And then they did a sequel to it, right?
Yeah, Machete Kills Again. Right.
Well, they kind of teased the Machete Kills in Space.
Machete
as
Kills
being
in Space.
Making it a trilogy, right?
Yes.
Well, recently when asked, Danny Trejo said that him and Rodriguez had not been speaking much lately due to both of them having busy schedules. No bad blood or anything. They're just, he's busy. That both of them are really busy. The director's got like 6 kids and all this kind of craziness.
Yeah.
So it doesn't look like we're going to get a Machete Kills in Space anytime soon. And with Danny Trejo being in his 70s, yeah. I
mean, it
needs to happen soon,
Yeah, pretty much.
But here you go. You ready? Danny Trejo is in talks with the people directing the next season of Mandalorian, and they're doing their best to get him in as at least a cameo in the new season.
You know what? I remember reading something like that. That'd be pretty awesome. I don't know.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, it's funny. You mentioned Machete. Because I was cruising down the interwebs looking for odd shit, and apparently somewhere in Delaware, Greenwood, Delaware, some crazy motherfucker with a machete tried to rob a pizza place. And the owner fended him off by throwing pizza at him. So nobody was harmed, but I guess he throws one mean pizza because the guy ran away.
That's funny.
Shit. So I was just saying, when you said machete, I was like, okay, some guy with a machete tried to rob a pizza place in Delaware. And got more than he bargained for, I guess.
Hey. I mean, when you're stuck in that situation, you kind of got to do whatever you can, right?
Yeah, whatever's available to you. So he had pizza available, so he used pizza. Who knew pizza could be a weapon?
Well, we know it can be a bargaining tool.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so some sad news, but I think if we look at it honestly, we knew it was coming. Excuse me. It appears that most of the Marvel shows coming on Disney Plus are going to end up getting pushed back quite a ways.
Yeah.
Due to COVID-19, everything's just in the shutdown. Everything's being pushed back.
Yeah, I'll blame all you motherfuckers.
WandaVision is supposed to be like next year sometime.
Yeah, I heard about that. Got pushed back.
So I don't know. It's unfortunate. I know I was looking forward to it. All these new shows, but with fucking COVID.
Yeah, I know. And now you fuckers throwing COVID parties. You stupid fucks.
Dude, I don't know. It's kind of weird because I'm not going to get too far down into this rabbit hole, but there's a lot of people out there saying, COVID's fake and all this bullshit.
There's people dying.
and not wearing masks and all this. And all I'm going to say is now I have officially known 3 people that have gotten this disease or this virus. And when 2 of them are real young, like young as in like in their 20s.
Yeah, apparently
and one of those people in their 20s is in tremendously healthy condition and shape. It's
no, that's what they're saying. That apparently
this shit's real.
Being young is no deterrent. I mean, even if you're young, you don't take care of yourself, you're gonna catch it. So I know one kid I work with currently. He tested positive. He's young too, in his 20s. I say kid, no offense to all the kids, younger people out there, but I'm 44, man. If you're 20, you're my kid's age, Yeah.
And then I know one guy who has it out in your neck of the woods, who also happens to be a trooper, a state trooper. He got it. And he's in an amazing, really healthy condition.
Well, in one of the places...
And then I know another guy my age that has it that lives out there.
Yeah, well, one of the places where we used to work together, somebody tested positive.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He's about my age, yeah. He
So, I mean, shit is real. I mean, it's just, people need to start taking it more seriously. It's...
and I say, just put your fucking mask on when you're going to your store. You know what I mean? You're walking into the store. You're not in there more than 2 hours. I don't care what store you're going into.
You know what?
You can fucking put a mask on, be uncomfortable for a couple fucking hours.
I made it a point.
Go the fuck home.
I've made it a point not to go anywhere and last that long out there. It's more like go in, go out. Try to make my trips half hour, 45 minutes at the most.
Right.
It's like
it's not very hard.
And even
what I mean? Like,
and even when I'm in there, when I'm in the store, it's like I'm playing. What do you call the game where you're avoiding everybody? Like,
yeah, you're like playing Frogger and shit. Like you're
Frogger,
jumping around, avoiding everything.
Fuck,
ding, ding, ding,
fuck
ding.
yeah. I mean,
but I don't know. I just wanted to put this out there. Just Jesus Christ, it's not that hard. They're not asking that much. Just put a fucking mask on when you're going in stores. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when you're going into a restaurant, you put it on, and when you sit down at the table, you can take the fucking thing off. It's not that big of a deal. If you got to take a leak when you're at the restaurant, you stand up, you put it on, and you go to the bathroom, you come back to your table after you washed your nasty, grubby fucking hands.
Yeah,
and
don't forget
you
that.
take it back off and continue your meal. It's not a big fucking deal.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus fucking Christ. You'd act like some of these people are acting like rats going to go out there and kill themselves. Fuck.
Soap and water? What?
Sorry. I'll get off my rant now. I apologize.
Well, it's been a while since we've had one of those. I mean, and in all realities, I mean, okay, that's why we're talking about this show's being pushed back because it's just it's an outbreak out there. And a lot of it has to do with people not taking it serious.
Right.
So,
anyways, talking about masks, I'm going to get into a happier subject.
Okay.
Speaking of masks, we just happen to have had a 4-day weekend, my wife and I. And we went online, checked out some things, found out it was possible, so we decided to head down and take a day to the opening day of Disney. We went to Magic Kingdom, and they have a whole new system of doing it. Just because you have a ticket doesn't mean you can get into the park. You have to have a reservation because they're only letting so many people into the park. So everything, the stars just happened to have aligned perfectly, and we were able to get in on opening day.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I felt safer at Disney World than I did at Walmart. Putting it out there. I felt safer there than at my local grocery store.
Well, I imagine Disney's, they've always had their shit on point. I mean, when it comes to putting on their...
it's not even just what Disney was doing. It was what the people there were, like what all of us park goers were doing.
Well, everybody...
Okay, so you walk in, before you can even get on basically into anything on Disney, you got to get your temperature checked. So you get your temperature checked. They check, make sure you have a mask on, and then you go into the park. Wherever you go, everybody's staying at least 6 feet apart. There were a few spots that were a little narrowly, where things got a little bottlenecked, But even then, people were doing the best they could to stay 6 feet apart. When you got into the queue lines to get on any ride, there was like hardly any wait to get on anything, which was amazing. But before you got onto the ride, they had hand sanitizer there for you to use. And then when you got off the ride, they had hand sanitizer right there as well. So you're cleaning your hands before when you're getting on and when you're getting off. And then periodically throughout the day, you may be in a line for an extra 15 minutes because they're not letting anybody on the ride. They're cleaning all the cars and letting them go to let the sanitizer dry off. 1 or 2 rotations, and then they're letting people back on.
Well,
and all the employees were wearing masks or face shields and masks. Most of the way you get food is through mobile ordering, so you pay on your app, and then they call you in to go get your food. I don't know, man. If a store was starting with one of the merchandise areas was starting to get a little crowded, they wouldn't let nobody in. They were doing virtual queues, so they would give you a certain time frame to come back into the store. We only seen that once, and that was at Splash Mountain because they're about to change over Splash Mountain from the Song of the South to Princess and the Frog. So a bunch of people are trying to go in there and get their merchandise before it changes over.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I really didn't give a shit about Song of the South to begin with, so it doesn't really matter to me. But yeah, I don't know. I felt I would go back there this weekend if I had the money.
I don't know. I'm not that brave.
I mean, it was expensive, don't get me wrong, but it just happened to be a time where, like I said, the stars aligned, and we just happened to have had it. We both worked some extra hours, and it just so happened that we were able to do it. But like I said, I just wanted to put it out there. There's a certain CNN commentator that was talking a lot of shit about people that went there and that are going there, and I don't know, I didn't really appreciate it.
Well, because you were one of those motherfuckers that was going there, man.
I was
going to rip you a new one.
Dude, I felt safer there than at my fucking local grocery store.
Well, it's good to know that the mouse is doing what it, obviously the mouse, they take, they're not going to lose. So they're going to take every precaution to keep things going as safely as possible.
And they had several.
Now, California,
you could tell that were somebody within the corporation of the mouse. All right.
Yeah. Well, California didn't open up.
They were dressed.
I'm just saying.
These people were somebody within the corporation.
California did not open, just so you know.
So every time I saw one of these people, I started approaching them. Hey, how you doing? Are you so and so? Or are you somebody within the corporation? And I'd start talking with them, and I say, listen, I'm as a fan, I'm trying to figure out what do we got to do as fans to get Charlie Cox into Daredevil within the MCU. And every time I brought it up, they kept saying, well, that's not my department, but I'll mention it. And that's not my department, but I'll mention it.
Well, because it's not the department. I mean, obviously that's they're the.
But
theme park,
I mean,
right?
as an outsider, I'm like, you work for Disney. Fuck, tell me who I got to go to. Tell me,
Yeah.
So, anyways, they just kept saying that they'll push it up, but
yeah,
I was doing the best I can. Sorry, guys.
We'll send an email.
So they're like some crazy guy here is talking about Daredevil. I was hoping to have video of it. I had just recently bought a GoPro. I was hoping to have video of it, of our trip that we could put on our website, but sadly, I don't know how to use my GoPro, and I didn't. I got pictures and weird pictures and not video.
Okay. Well, like I said, eventually you'll get that down to a science, and I don't know.
Yeah, I'm trying to learn. Okay, so that was my trip to Disney.
Damn.
Other than a lot of fucking driving.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't know if you were going to put that over in the air, but yeah, you sent me a fucking video over, was it Instagram or something? And I'm like, that motherfucker's going to Disney World. I'm like, oh.
Listen, it was fun.
Well, like I said, I'm glad it was safe. I'm glad that, they're taking the precautions, and obviously you were taking precautions as well. Obviously, it's not just.
Well, yeah, I mean, you have to have a mask on when you're there, and
you don't just go there.
When I talk about wearing a mask, when I hear people say, "Well, I went to Walmart and I had trouble breathing," motherfucker, I